Welcome everybody to the final week of flag football. Today we got the championship matchup on the 8U level between the Tigers and the Tar Heels. Tar Heels are going to start with the ball. They're going to go with a handoff to the left side. Tries to cut up field and find some space. Will get a nice little gain to start off this game. And it'll make it second down. So both of these teams have managed to make it to the top here to this championship game. The ultimate goal at the beginning of the season. Now they're both ready to be crowned champions. One of these teams will be the 8U champion after these 40 minutes or so. Go with a handoff. Then a pass, and it's incomplete. It's a confusing play there. They handed it off to one running back who looked like he wanted to hand it off again, but there was no one there to hand it off to. Then he rolled out. It still looked like he was looking for a handoff target, but eventually he just threw it. Ball was off target, though, so no gain on that play. Third down. And that play, they fake the double handoff and go with the pass again, and that pass is incomplete. So it looked like that was the play they were trying to do the last time. Handed it off to one running back, who then faked the handoff to the running back behind him, and then looked to pass. And he did have two guys open downfield. However, the ball was just a little overthrown. And so back-to-back incompletions will result in it being fourth down. On fourth down, they'll go with a double handoff. Trying to find some space, a gap or something, but just not enough room there for him, and so that's going to be a turnover on downs. That time they don't fake the handoff, they just go with an actual handoff to a running back who hands off to another running back. He did get a pretty solid game, but ultimately the distance to game was just too great, and that first drive ends in a turnover on downs for the Tar Heels. So now the Tigers will take over with the ball for the first time this championship game. Their defense managed to get a 4-and-out to start the game, so they will be in a position to take the lead on this drive. So now they're lined up for their first offensive play of the game. They'll fake the handoff one way and then go to the left side, trying to work his way to that sideline. Cuts back now, running back across the field, but a diving flagpole will make it so that play only results in a gain of about 1. Did a lot of running to try to find a seam or somewhere to cut up field, but just could not find a gap in the defense. So after a very small gain, it's going to be second down. And one thing that's new for this game, since it's a championship game, the scoreboard is in use in the stadium, so we can actually see how much time is left in the game. So it's a running clock. The clock never stops, and there's 20 minutes per half. Right now, the clock is at 15:12, and that just keeps running all game. So now we know exactly how much time is left when teams are hurrying up to try to get to the half or when the game's about to end. So that is a nice thing we have going for us for this game this week. Now they'll hand it off to the right side. He cuts up the sideline, turns on the gas to get a very nice gain up near the first down marker, but I don't think he got there. Looks like the referee's going to spot him about a yard short. Just a handoff, a little sweep play. Got out to that sideline and managed to do some damage over there. When you can get someone out there who's got a lot of speed like that, you can get big gains like those. So now it'll be 3rd and about 1. So on 3rd down, they're going to line up with a 3-receiver, 2 running back set. They'll fake one handoff, then go the other way. He'll cut up the middle and find a little bit of space there, which is going to be enough for the first down. So just a pretty nice, simple run up the middle. Didn't get quite a lot of yards from it, but they only needed 1 on 3rd down there, so that will make it 1st and goal. So we have now our first down of the game as the Tigers are on the move and looking to score early. Got 13:01 on the clock. Now on 1st down, they're going to go with the handoff towards the left and trying to squeeze through a closing window, but couldn't quite get past that defender there. So still a pretty solid gain on that play. Maybe about 3 or 4 yards on the carry, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. So runs like those aren't very flashy. They aren't the most exciting or big highlight plays, but if you can get a bunch of plays like those are what scoring drives are really built on. Just getting solid yards, chipping away at those yards to gain. So a very nice run to start off that set of downs on 1st down. Now on 2nd down, they come up with trips to the right. 1 receiver on the left, 1 running back in the backfield. And drops the ball off of the holder there. So I believe that'll count as a fumbled snap. And fumbles are dead balls and flags. So a loss of a down there, a costly mistake here as they're closing in on the goal line. And it'll bring up 3rd down. It's interesting too, the stools to hold the ball are a somewhat recent addition to these flag football games. Last year they started them off. There used to be where there would actually be a player who would be the center and snap it and then go run a route. But now it allows a little more versatility with more options instead of just having to have someone snap the ball. So solid addition there. Now they'll go with the jet sweep. He's trying to get out to the right side, cuts back towards the middle, and he's going to go to the left sideline, tried to dive and get the flags, and signals for a touchdown, so that will count as a touchdown. So the flags came off at the end of that play. However, I think what the referees were saying is that didn't result from the defender actually touching him, because there was a defender who dived for the flags, but I think the flags were actually starting to fall off before he did that, and I also don't believe he touched the flags. So good call from the official to see that there wasn't actually any contact made, and then after that the rule is if their flags fall by themselves, it's two-hand. Extra point conversion, tries to hand it off, diving forward for it, and it's in. And so the Tigers tack on one more. It's 7-0. So a good call from the officials on a touchdown play, because the rule is if the flags fall off by themselves, then it becomes tag football. If you can tag the runner, then they're down. So they saw that the flags, in fact, fell off by themselves and weren't pulled. They just weren't secured all the way. So a big touchdown drive for the Tigers. So they're now up 7-0. Tar Heels now back with the ball, and they are playing from behind. And with 8:21 left in the first half, they have time to try to go downfield and score. So a very good opportunity to tie it up here and stay in this game. On first down, fake the double handoff, he'll look to throw, fires, and it's caught, and there's no one near him. Running down the field in a foot race, cuts back, gets swarmed on by 3 defenders, but a huge gain for the Tar Heels. So on third time's the charm, I suppose. It's their third attempt in running that trick play, the flea flicker with the fake handoff before the throw. There were 2 receivers who were behind the entire defense. This time the throw was on target. Managed to haul that one in. He got a lot of run after the catch. Good play by the defenders, though, to stay with them. Hawked him down a little bit, trying to outrun him down the sidelines. Got caught up to, but now still it'll be first and goal with some great field positioning. And with just under 7 minutes left in the half, the Tar Heels have a great opportunity to tie this one up. This time we'll go with the double handoff and quick flag pull on that one. We'll make it a gain of a few, and it'll be second and goal. So I like the idea with that play call. Try to catch the defense, trying to play back a little bit to cover the pass, but then they did the initial handoff and didn't fake the second handoff. But defense was prepared for that. So now on second and goal, they'll line up in that same formation. They'll fake the double handoff. He'll roll out to pass, firing towards the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Getting it done through the air on the flea flicker. The Tar Heels get on the board with 6 points of their own. So those flea flicker plays, they were a little bit iffy on their first drive. They went 0 for 2 throwing on that first drive, and both of them were attempts of doing that flea flicker play. On this drive, however, they're 2 for 2 and spanned pretty much the entire length of the field and scored the touchdown. So really got that play clicking, and once again they're going to line up in this formation here. They're going to go for 1 on the extra point attempt. They'll fake the handoff and roll out. Looks like he's going to keep it. And They'll say he's in there for the extra point conversion. That was a close one. That was a variation of that play that you knew was going to happen eventually. They're just going to have him keep it and try to run it in. It was very clear as soon as he turned around, he had ball under his arm, head down. He was not planning on throwing it. Defense caught on pretty quickly, but not quite quick enough, as he just barely managed to stick it into the end zone. So now there is 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half. The Tigers now have the ball back. They're going to get the ball to begin the second half, so don't got to worry too much. But if they can score here on this drive, then they'll have a chance after the halftime break to go up 2 scores. Now they've got to get that score done this drive in less than 4 minutes. So they are going to need to have a pretty quick drive if they want to score here. You're going to need some big plays and some hurrying up in the huddle potentially. Now as the clock ticks down under 3:30. On first down, they'll go with the handoff, trying to get it out to the right side, looking for blockers, but he'll go down fairly quickly on that play. Had the 3 receivers out to that right side to try to block for that running play, but the defenders managed to shed the blocks pretty quickly, and so it'll make it second down. A decent gain on that play, but now with the clock under 2:50, you need a little bit more than that if you want to score before the half. So now they'll line up with 4 receivers to the left side and 1 running back. Now they'll try to hand it off to that left side, use those blockers. He cuts the other way, though, to the weak side, gets out to that sideline, and a flag pull is made down near the sideline. Looks like he got the first down. So that is the type of play they need to score as the clock ticks down to less than 2 minutes remaining. And I think looks like the coach of the Tar Heels and the referee are getting into it a little bit. I believe so that's a first down for the Tigers. Now they're going to have it first and goal. So my apologies. I was a little confused if they were spotting it there and because I hadn't moved the stool yet. Now a little toss play. He'll throw the screen to the other side, but that's over his head and incomplete. So now with the clock ticking down under a minute left, they're going to need something pretty big here, as this could potentially be their last play of the half. Unless they can hurry through this one, then they can maybe get another one off. On second and goal now. Handoff, trying to get to the right side. Evades a couple defenders, but will not get a lot on that play. And they're trying to hurry up to run one more play. Clock is at 22 right now. So they are going to try to get quickly in and out of that huddle. Now 13 seconds left in the half. Going to see if they can get this playoff in time. Got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gets the playoff. Handoff left side. trying to get to the sideline, cuts up the middle, and will go down. And so that is going to end the first half. Tried to hurry it up at the end of the half, but just ran out of time. And so the score will remain 7-7. It's all tied up here in the championship game. We'll see who is crowned the victors and who can break this tie after the halftime break. And we are back from the halftime break. The Tigers are starting out with the ball. It's all tied up in the 8U championship game at 7. Each of these teams still battling to be crowned the 8U champions. Tigers now with an opportunity to take back the lead. Trying to go up one score and stay ahead in this game. They'll start on first down with a handoff to the left side and a quick flag pull on that one. And they'll make it a gain of, see, maybe an inch or so. Really not a lot gained on that play. It was a very quick reaction by the defense to snuff that one out. So pretty much no gain, and the Tigers are going to be facing a 2nd and long now. Now they'll line up on 2nd down. Look to pass. Quick throw is going to be caught. Not a lot of run after the catch available there. There were about 3 defenders ready to take him down once he got that pass, but they'll still get a couple of yards on that play. Still got 3rd and quite some ways to go after the no gain on the previous play. So we'll see how they try to approach this 3rd down. So right now, we've seen a lot more passing than we usually see at the 8U level in this game. Now both of these teams have been pretty successful in that endeavor too, especially the Tar Heels with a couple of very good passing plays. That play is going to be a handoff up the middle, and he breaks off a really nice chunky yard, just kept going up the middle. Defenders kept missing the flags, and eventually he will go down, but not after getting the first. So to save him from a rough situation on 4th down, a big running play, just nice and simple up the middle. Sometimes those standard plays like that can break off big yardage, and that's what happened there. Now it's going to be 1st and goal. So we've seen both these teams have success through the air. And one factor that could be affecting that, and this is that this is some of the best weather we've had so far this season. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of wind so far, but it's not very windy. We are looking at a severe thunderstorm watch, but the forecast says it should miss this area. So just a great day to play for the championship game. Still go with a handoff now. He's going to try to get to the left side. Trying to dance around, and did actually get a pretty nice gain on that play. The blocking was good for the Tigers. They keep trying those plays where they stack a lot of receivers on one side and then run it there with all the blockers. It's probably the most successful that play has been so far this game. A pretty solid gain on 1st and goal, and make it 2nd and goal. So we got not a lot of wind. Pretty sunny, about 80 degrees out there. Here at, as always, we are at Joliet Memorial Stadium. Just a beautiful day for a ball game. Try a handoff. He's going to go up the middle and slide down at the number 50. So another pretty nice gain for the Tigers. They're not doing anything too crazy here. They just chipping away towards that goal line. Not trying to go for any huge plays. They're just taking what the defense gives them. So now on 3rd and goal, they have it in a pretty manageable situation. Now they'll line up, they'll stack 4 receivers on the left side. You gotta think that's where the ball's gonna go. See if they do another handoff towards that direction. And that's what it'll be. He tries to get outside sideline. His flags come off, and he gets tagged down about a yard shy. So good play knowing the rules there from the defense. That play was very clear. His flags just came clean off. And now they're calling it a touchdown. So that's a touchdown for the Tigers. Refs met after that play and decided that he did in fact score. So it was pretty close there. It was clear that the flags came off by themselves. That's not the part that's in debate. There was a player who dived to try to tag him. So the question is whether he got the tag off or not. And I thought initially that he did, but the ref had a pretty good view of it, and he said he didn't. So that means it is a touchdown for the Tigers, and now they are up 1 score. With a chance to make it a 7-point lead. They're going to go for the 1-point conversion. Fakes the handoff, looking the pass, rolling out, firing towards the end zone, and it is incomplete, deflected by a couple Tar Heel defenders. And so the score will remain 13-7. And so that was kind of a confusing touchdown play. Because, yeah, the initial call was that the referee closer to the play called him down, but the referee on the other side of the field called a touchdown. Then they met and had a discussion, decided that was a touchdown. So it was a good attempt from the defender there to know the rules that if when his flags come off, you got to tag him. But apparently the tag was not applied. So now a 13-7 lead for the Tigers. And that drive took up quite a bit of time. We are now at less than 10:30 left in the game as the Tar Heels regain possession for the first time of the half. They'll fake the double handoff again, and this time he'll just tuck it and run. Makes a couple men miss, and he's still going down that left sideline. Breaks off a pretty big play there. So that time it looked like he did have intentions to throw initially, but he couldn't find anyone, so he decided to tuck it and run. Very nice move. Managed to break away from about 3 defenders before eventually going down. Just a very nice play from a ball carrying standpoint. And so now they'll have it on 2nd and short. Going to go with the double handoff. Trying to get out to that left side, and he did get the first down. Very short gain, maybe 2 yards on that play, but that was all they needed to pick up the first. So 1st and goal now coming up for the Tar Heels. And they are trying to keep the tempo pretty quick here. So they really have found something that's been working for them. They just keep running these flea flicker plays, which gives the quarterback there an option to run as well as to pass. And then sometimes they go with the double handoff to keep the defense on their toes. Fakes a double handoff. Now going with the jet sweep. Has 2 men to beat near the sideline. Breaks away, but he steps out of bounds past the hash marks. So a solid gain on 1st down will make it 2nd and goal. So they add yet another variation to that flea flicker play where they fake the initial double handoff and then do a real double handoff to a jet sweep. There were 2 defenders on that side of the field still. Managed to outrun the first and make a nice move on the other, but just didn't have enough space before he reached that sideline. So he steps out of bounds. It's now 2nd and goal. Fakes double handoff, looking to throw. And you'll just tuck and run, trying to get to the end zone, and he's in there for the touchdown. A game-tying touchdown for the Tar Heels. So now we are tied up at 13-13. Very good awareness there from the QB. Rolling out, noticed that there were some options throwing, but he noticed that there was really no one in front of him if he decided to run it, and the one person who was in front of him was facing the opposite direction. So he saw his opportunity, took it, sped his way up to the sidelines. He's really their star player in this game. So as that clock ticks down to about 6:30 left in the game, they have a chance to take the lead on the extra point conversion. They're just going to go for 1. The flea flicker fakes the handoff, rolling out, trying to tuck in and run, but that time they're wise to it, and they get the stop. So this game is tied at 13. And that looked like another designed run there. However, the defense was very quick to spot that one out. Said, fool me once, shame on you. But did not let him fool him twice. So the Tigers now with the ball back, and after that quick drive from the Tar Heels, their lead has evaporated. It is once again a tie game, and now this clock ticking now at 5:19. They have enough time to go downfield and score. And if they can do that on that drive, you'd imagine it'd be the last drive of the game. But that is still a pretty small time frame to get this done. So it's very possible we'll see overtime in this championship game as they go with a handoff and still just running by defenders. Looked like he was going to be down quite a bit earlier. And that one was called back. I don't know what the reasoning was there, but they have spotted him right back at the start. I say he had, it looked like he was going down, but the defenders just couldn't get a grab on his flags. So he just kept running and got a pretty solid pickup, but it won't count. So that just was a big waste of time for the Tigers, which is not what they needed right now. The clock's now less than 4 minutes left in the game. They're looking at a pretty rough situation here. They'll stack 4 receivers to the right. Handoff to the right, but he cuts back up the middle, and a quick flag pull there. He took that initial step to the right side, and they've been running that play a lot, but tried to catch him off guard by cutting back up the middle. But the issue with doing that is he does have no blockers there, so the defense was able to get to him pretty quickly. So a gain of 1 yard maybe on that play. And now the timer is at under 3 minutes left, and it is looking increasingly likely that this game will just go in OT. Which would be a very exciting way to start off these championship games. I mean, already I think this has definitely been the best 8U game we've had on the broadcast. Both of these teams have come today with their A game. Gonna go to hand it off, double handoff on the reverse jet sweep, tries to cut back the other way, but the defense is all over him on that play. And they're actually going to lose a yard on that one. So they're right back where they started. Clock now at under 2 minutes left to go. And I believe that's going to make it 4th down. And so now the teams are switching sides. And I don't know. Was that a delay of game? I don't know what just happened, but now the Tar Heels have the ball, and they're quickly faking the double handoff and going with a run play. Great diving flag grab to probably save what would have been a huge game. And now the Tar Heels are really rushing with the ball. Clock is ticking down. We're now at 31 seconds left to play. Trying to get his flags back on as quickly as possible. On 2nd down, flea flicker rolling out. He's just going to keep it. And another quick flag pull. And lost a little bit that time. They're getting wise to the fact that he hasn't been passing on these last couple of plays. And now there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds left. Handoff. He's going to try to get something done, but he gets tagged down. And so that will be the end of regulation. So we are tied up with 13 points on the board for each team at the end of this game. And we haven't seen overtime so far this season, because in the regular season, they don't do overtime. The game just ends in a tie. and all the coaches and all the referees are meeting in the center of the field to discuss this overtime. What a game to start off for the championship game day. 8U showing up strong, going to a game with overtime now. I don't know if we actually have rules for overtime, because we haven't done it before. I'm not quite sure what the protocol is. And so the Tigers look like they're going to start with the ball. They have it at midfield. And I don't know the exact rules here, so we're just going to have to play it by ear to see what's going on. So now on 1st and goal, they start with a fumbled handoff. So a pretty rough mistake to start off OT, as they just lose it down on that play. So now it's going to be 2nd and goal, still from midfield. So 2nd and goal. Gonna hand it off left side, and that one will go down behind the line of scrimmage. This Tar Heels defense has come to play to try to secure the championship win. And now it's a 3rd and quite a ways to go for the Tigers. So now on 3rd and goal, they're going to put 4 receivers on the left side. They're going to go with a handoff. He's going to try to get to the sideline, squirming his way through defenders, but couldn't find quite enough space. And that's going to make it 4th down. So those plays they run where they just stack one side with wide receivers to block, the upside of those plays is that you have a lot of blockers. The downside is that the entire defense is going to go to that side of the field because that's where all the people are. So you do have a lot of players upfield giving you blocks. However, since there's so many people in the area, it's hard to find space, and we saw it on that play there. It just couldn't find enough space to really break off that run. It was still a solid game, but you need a lot more when it's 3rd and goal from midfield. And now on 4th down, they have quite a ways to go. They're going to need to dial up something big here. They're going to look to pass on 4th down. He's going to fire downfield, and it is incomplete. Tried to throw the jump ball, but defender managed to get the deflection, and so the ball will turn over now to the Tar Heels. And if they can score here, they are going to win. So a huge opportunity for the Tar Heels to put this one away. You gotta imagine they'll be doing that flea flicker situation that they've been running out of this entire game. They will go with that handoff. Looking to throw, chucks one and nearly picked off. But it will be an incompletion. And so that will make it second down after a gain of none. And so on that play, he ran out to run, but the Tigers are starting to figure this out here. They're sending someone to blitz right away because since he's a running back, they can go and try to get him down immediately. And that's what you saw there. He went, turned around, looked up. There was someone right in his face already. And he just had to chuck a pass without even really being able to see his guy. Almost ended pretty badly, but now it's just second and goal. And go with the fake the double handoff. Now down the left side, cuts back, and 3 defenders will converge on him near the hash marks to pull his flags and take him down. So it's going to be third and goal from the hash marks. Now that was a better play there. They faked the double handoff and had that running back go to block, which worked pretty well to create some space initially. But the Tigers are really starting to wisen up to this play. And now they will not come out with any running backs. They're going to go... No, they will come out with a running back. So they'll go 4 receivers to the right with 1 running back. So this looks like it could be a flea flicker into a screen. They'll roll out looking, not a screen, trying to find someone downfield. He's wide open, and it's caught. Caught down the sideline. He'll go down before the end zone. And a big play for the Tar Heels. There was no one around him there, just down the sideline. The defense missed him. And so it's going to be 4th down, 4th and goal. From 1 yard out. Season on the line. It does not get any better than this. Just a great play call. That time they went with that flea flicker again, but you could tell they really drew it up to be a pass. Just trying to get some downfield to break off a big chunk, and that's exactly what happened. So now it's 4th and 1. They need 1 yard to punch it in and take home the 8U championship. Fakes the flea flicker, handoff, and goes down immediately. The Tigers get to stop. What a play. It was number 5 getting in there into the backfield, and they keep themselves alive. What a play to save the game, to save the season. Because see there, they faked the flea flicker. They knew they'd be expecting it because that's what they've been doing all game. But they faked it, just went straight to the other running back. But not fooled by that play. The Tigers stay strong. And so now we are heading into double overtime. So both teams are going to get a little break here between these two overtimes. And I mean, this is just insane. It just absolutely does not get any better than this. So now we're having another discussion of how to approach the second overtime. At center field. So now both teams are in their huddles. They are having, this is somewhat of a second halftime for these teams. So now both teams coming back onto the field. It looks like the Tar Heels will start with the ball this time. Looks like we're just going to do the same thing where each team will get a chance with the ball. Have a little drive. Starting at midfield. So Tar Heels now have a chance to take their first lead of the game in double overtime. Flea flicker and drops the handoff, fumbles the handoff. So that'll be a loss of a down. See, it was a very tricky play there. Get the flea flicker, fake the handoff, try to go with that jet sweep. Had some success the last time they tried it, but that time the handoff was just simply dropped. And so a loss of a down, just how the Tigers started off their first overtime drive. And so now they're going to line up 4 receivers on the right. And that quarterback back there ready for the flea flicker. He's going to get it and drop back to throw. He's going to fire towards the sideline, but that time it's broken up, incomplete. They tried the exact same play that broke off big from last time to try to throw it to that same receiver down by the sideline, but this time the Tigers defense was ready. Managed to get in there to break up that pass, and now it's 3rd and goal from midfield. Quite a ways to go. They're going to need something pretty big here. They'll line up in that same formation with 4 receivers to the right. They'll look to throw again, and he's going to fire over his head, incomplete. So that's going to make it 4th down, and they still have yet to gain a yard on this drive. So he was open on that play. They tried to throw it, instead of the sideline, they tried to throw it to the center of the field that time. However, I think he misread that ball a little bit. It was actually a pretty good throw. If he would have kept running, it probably would have hit him in stride. However, he turned around and started to backpedal a little bit. Just a little bit of a miscommunication, a little bit of a misread on that play. And so it will result in an incompletion. And now it's 4th and long. The Tigers going way back. They're giving a lot of cushion. They just need to stop a score from midfield. And they broke the huddle, but now it looks like they'll go back into the huddle. So look at all that space the Tigers are giving them. They know the assignment. They just cannot let any huge plays go off like that. So they have 5 players playing way back and then 1 near the line of scrimmage, right in front of the ball. Ready to go in and blitz that flea flicker. That'll actually drop 1 even further back. And then once again, the Tar Heels got 4 wide. Flea flicker. He'll look to throw, and he's going to hand it off, turns around, fires, and it's incomplete. I think he was past the line of scrimmage anyways, so that would have been an illegal forward pass, and the Tigers show up in a big way in double overtime. No yards allowed. What a drive defensively. So now the Tigers will have the ball for the second time in overtime. And if they can score here, they will take home the champ. Actually, the game is over. So the Tigers didn't need a drive on offense. I think the Tigers just won. I think what the agreement that was reached was if the Tar Heels could score, they'd win. If the Tigers got to stop, they'd win. So I think that the Tigers are the new M2FFL flag football champions. What a game. Absolutely the game of the year. 2 overtimes, 4 touchdowns. Just you can't ask for a better game, for a better championship game. So congratulations to the Tigers on the win. They are the new champions. And good game of Tar Heels. They fought very, very hard and kept it very, very close. But at the end, one team had to win, and that team was the Tigers. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to catch flag football in the fall, tackle football in the fall. This was a broadcast of flag football on M2 Sports Live. I am Mark